Welcome to the Service Provider's Guide to Mapping Your Clients' Journeys and actually proving your value. Let me guess, you're delivering great services, great work for your clients, but when renewal time comes, it feels like pulling teeth. And I get it. For years, I've been laser focused on one question: how do we, as service providers, actually prove our worth without resulting to fluff and hype and just saying, trust me, it's working? Hi, I am Donna J. Adams, and I help service-based business owners to cut through all the noise, yes, that cliche term, and translate your impact into tangible results. And so what is my approach? It's not BS metrics, it's not vanity metrics. It's clear frameworks that reveal your real value. It is the right metrics presented the right way. So, my background is in managing complex projects for multi-billion-dollar manufacturing and high-tech sector, and I have been doing that for 30 years. And so what it has taught me is that the clarity of a strategic roadmap is everything. And that's why I have developed my proprietary system, the Analysis Advantage Framework. And today we're going to look at a crucial piece, and that is step 2, the Pathway Planner. So here's the bottom line. If you can't clearly map out where your service-based work fits into your client's customer journey, renewals become a guessing game. And it doesn't matter how good you are if you can't clearly explain where you're at in that journey. So what that means is you're a service provider, you have your own customer journey, and that's how you obtain customers. But your client has their own customer journey. So let's say that you're an email copywriter and you have a client that is selling some sort of coaching, and you have to figure out, where does your email copywriting fit into their customer's journey so that they can fully appreciate and understand and tangibly measure where your copywriting of emails is bringing them more revenue. So without this level of clarity, you'll likely experience these frustrations. You're constantly scrambling to justify your fees. You're stuck in reproving your value, even to your most loyal clients. And pricing conversations can feel like a battle and an apology and a roundabout circular talk, and not the true partnership that you have between yourself and your clients. This isn't about creating some overly complicated funnel map with all of the branches and cross sells and upsells and downsells. It's about simply understanding the precise points that your services transform their business, and then having the evidence to back it up. And that evidence is numbers. You cannot argue with numbers. So we're cutting all the fluff and getting to what actually matters. So there's likely 3 blind spots that are costing you your renewals. So through my work with countless service providers and in my own journey, I've identified 3 consistent blind spots that turn valuable partners into your replaceable cost. Blind spot number 1, unsure where your efforts truly impact their success. You're focused on delivering the task without seeing the bigger picture of the client's outcomes. Again, that means you're focused on, I sent you this nurture sequence, done. 100% I provided it. But if your client doesn't see how that nurture sequence specifically started keeping more people on their email list, then they don't see the value that you provided. And we can take another example. Let's say that you're a social media manager and you're like, here, I delivered your 27 pieces of content for the week. My part's done. Your client is left wondering, what am I paying for? Did all of that social media do anything for me? Is it increasing my followers? Is it affecting my bottom line? My bottom line is the only thing that I really care about. So if you're ignoring that, that's a blind spot that you've got to get a handle on. So blind spot number 2 is that you may struggle to demonstrate your value when it comes to renewals. If you can't clearly articulate where you insert your services and create significant leverage for them, you've got some issues. And then lastly, you might be confused about optimizing your maximum client impact. You lack a clear understanding of the key client pain points your services directly solve, right? You've always got to think about what's their 3 a.m. question? What is their painkiller needs? Not a vitamin. Not just it would be nice to have a beautifully branded color palette for their website, but what does that in turn provide? You are the so that in that infamous I help statement. You don't end at I help clients pick out beautiful branding. I help clients create a website. I help clients keep up with their social media so that they get more clients, so they improve their revenue. You have to understand your position in that so that. So I have developed the Pathway Planner. The Pathway Planner provides you the clarity you need with these 3 straightforward steps that directly address those blind spots. Step 1 is to map your client's customer journey to show where your services bring them value. We'll map out the essential stages and actions from your client's perspective, providing the crucial context for your work. Then, once you've done the big chunks of their customer journey in their sales funnel or pipeline, you want to go in and clearly identify where your services fit in that journey. You'll pinpoint the exact overlap, eliminating guesswork, and highlighting your key interaction points. Where are you a part of that journey, right? So their journey, let's just say you're the email copywriter. You are the lead magnet delivery sequence queen. Well, their customer journey starts with some ads, some social media, some blog post, some YouTube. It starts with something that's bringing awareness to their product, their lead magnet. And then there's a landing page. Maybe that's somebody else's realm, right, of improving landing pages. And then once they sign up, they deliver that lead magnet. And that's where you, this email copywriter, comes in. That's the part of the journey that you need to focus on. And you need to be very clear what your services are providing. And then step 3, you show how your services help the client at that point. How are you helping conversions at that point? And that can be mapped out through all kinds of services in the digital marketing arena. And it can be brick and mortar as well too. So think about it. As a social media manager, they have great content, but their renewals can be a constant battle. Using the Pathway Planner, you can clearly map out the client's journey and discover where consistent engagement is in the consideration phase, was a key driver of leads. So once you're focused on that specific impact, and you can show that your social media that you're providing them has a very specific impact, then the renewal becomes a breeze, because the ROI, the return on investment, what they're paying you becomes very clear. They can see it, they can count it, they can understand it. So you're not doing drastically different work. You just have the clarity to show where the services truly matter. So let's think about the broader impact. Implementing the Pathway Planner isn't just about renewals. It affects your entire business. Your proposals become focusing on demonstrating clear value. You can use the same information to advertise yourself, like literally in ads or on websites and landing pages, where you can clearly identify, like, no, I'm not just the best copywriter because I say I'm the best. I have tangible, measurable proof that after working with me, person XYZ open rates increased this amount. Retention on the email list went from 90% dropping off after the delivery sequence to 95% staying on into the follow-up nurture sequence. And I'm just stuck on copywriting today, but again, it can be ads, it can be social media managers, it can be copywriters, it can be branding, any kind of services. So your client communication becomes strategic and impactful. You gain confidence to price your services because you have proven results. You can show literal ROI, like, I get paid this amount per month and I gave you 10x that in return. And then you have the confidence and the chops to increase your prices. You have the proof. So what are your next actions? If you're ready to stop guessing and start clearly proving the value of your services, the Pathway Planner is your roadmap. I've created a quick, straightforward cheat sheet that walks you through these essential steps so that you can gain that clarity immediately. It's not some long, time-wasting theory. It's not just another checklist that goes into the digital dustbin. This is just quick, easy, and practical to help you finally articulate your value in a way that resonates with your clients and makes renewals a natural next step. So, if you would like, you can download the Pathway Planner cheat sheet and start transforming how you demonstrate your impact as a service provider to your clients. Just click to grab the free Pathway Pathfinder. I can't even say it myself. I have to rethink about my tongue-twisting names here. The Pathway Planner cheat sheet, and gain the clarity that you need to secure those renewals and grow your business, your service-based business, with confidence. So, see you around.